Yo, so Offset is really out here smirking, and I mean full-scale laughing at Cardi B after Stefon Diggs supposedly betrayed her during the Super Bowl. This man posted, "I won without even trying," leaned back, and watched the whole internet spiral while his ex-wife's new romance collapsed in front of millions of witnesses. And the savage timing. The pure nerve of this entire saga has me completely shaken because Offset didn't move a muscle, didn't switch a single habit about himself, and still managed to walk away looking like he foresaw the entire implosion. So, we're about to unpack exactly what Offset said, why he's amused, how Stefon dropped the entire prize, and why this whole drama is far uglier than anyone imagined. Alright, so before we get into Offset's victory lap, we need to frame the moment because context is everything. Cardi B and Offset officially ended their marriage in 20,124 after 7 years of non-stop turmoil. We're talking cheating accusations, messy separations, Instagram live breakdowns, reconciliations, more betrayal, and then finally Cardi saying enough is enough in July 2024 when she filed for divorce for the last time. She stayed single for 6 entire months after that. 6 months of healing, rediscovering herself, focusing on her kids and her career. And then in early 2025, Stefon Diggs steps into the spotlight. Stefon came in blazing with all the perfect lines. He told Cardi, "Let me fix you. Give me a chance to fix you." And she trusted him. She truly believed she'd met someone new, someone who would treat her better than Offset ever did. By May 2025, they're posting couple moments all over Instagram. By September, she's revealing her pregnancy on CBS Mornings. By November, their son is born. Everything seems flawless. Card's out here at every Patriots game, wrapped up in the cold, yelling her heart out for this man, boosting him up on social media, playing the ultimate ride-or-die girlfriend. The internet is loving it. People are comparing them to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It's giving power couple energy. But Offset was watching and he wasn't believing any of it. When Cardi first went public with Stefon around April 2025, Offset played it smooth initially. He even said publicly that he was happy for her, but that vibe didn't last long. By June 2025, he's posting and deleting tweets calling their relationship staged PR.by September. When Stefon makes his debut playing for the Patriots, Offset hops online and tweets one word, garbage, with the emoji to match. The shade was brutal. The pettiness was obvious. And you could tell Offset was just waiting, just sitting back with the popcorn, ready for everything to shatter apart. Then January 2026 happens. Stefon gets hit with a felony strangulation charge involving Anan, alleged situation involving his previous chef. Stefon denies everything outright, calls it completely fabricated, but the perception is disastrous and Offset spots his moment. He jumps onto social media and posts 2 words that absolutely shatter the internet. "I won." That's it. No explanation, no context required. Everyone who'd been tracking this love triangle knew exactly what he meant. He's essentially saying, "See, I warned you this guy was worthless. I told you he wasn't better than me. And now look how it ended." And here's where it gets insane. Offset posted that in January. The Super Bowl was February 8th. So for an entire month, those 2 words just sat there simmering, getting reshared, getting screenshotted, getting analyzed in every group chat and comment section across the internet. And then Super Bowl Sunday happens and Offset's "I won" post shifts from petty jab to full-blown prediction. Because what unfolds on Super Bowl Sunday? Total chaos. Pure, unfiltered meltdown. The day before the game, a reporter asked Cardi what message she has for Stefon before the big game. This should be simple, right? She's been his loudest supporter all season. But instead of the hype, instead of the excitement, Cardi just says, "Good luck with the coldest, most detached tone you've ever witnessed," and walks away. No grin, no affection, nothing. Just good luck. And she's gone. The internet instantly senses something is off because that energy shift was so blatant, it might as well have been written in flashing lights. Then the actual Super Bowl happens. The Seattle Seahawks absolutely crushed the New England Patriots 29-13. It's not even close. It's a massacre. And Stefon is practically invisible on the field. A couple of catches, 0 touchdowns, nothing that even resembles a big game performance. The man is getting exposed on the biggest stage in American sports. But the football game is only the start of his issues. While all this is happening, Stefon's got his baby mama, Kiki, at the Super Bowl with their kid, sitting front row, wearing his jersey, posting all over Instagram stories. Now, here's what makes this so foul. Kiki's baby was born in September 2025. Card's baby with Stefon was born in November 2025, 2 months apart. 2 months. So, Stefon had a baby with another woman just weeks before Cardi gave birth to their son. And now that woman is posting from the Super Bowl like she's the main character. The disrespect is astronomical. But wait, it gets worse. There are also reports that a woman named Pri was at the Super Bowl with access to what looked like Patriots credentials. Pri is allegedly someone from Stefan's past, who also allegedly had connections to Offset back in the day. So Card's potentially dealing with her ex-husband's former situation now being tied to her new man. You literally cannot make this up. And then the most explosive claim drops. Unverified reports claim that Stefan was caught sneaking his girl best friend into his hotel room less than an hour after losing the Super Bowl. Now, let me be very clear. This particular accusation hasn't been verified with receipts, no photos, no footage, no concrete evidence. But the fact that this rumor even exists, the fact that it's spreading and people believe it might be real based on everything else that unfolded that night tells you everything you need to know. Cardi allegedly left the stadium right after halftime. She didn't stay for the fourth quarter. She didn't wait to comfort Stefan after the defeat. She had spent $1, $2 million on a Super Bowl after party that never happened, and she just vanished. And then hours after the game ends, Cardi and Stefan unfollow each other on Instagram. A source confirms to Entertainment Tonight that they recently split up. Cardi posts a cryptic "done" on social media, and just like that, the relationship is finished. Now, let's bring this back to Offset, because this is where his laugh gets really loud. This man didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to interfere, didn't have to spark drama, didn't have to sabotage anything. He literally just leaned back and watched Stefan self-destruct on the biggest stage imaginable. And remember, Offset had been calling this from the beginning. When everyone was hyping up Card's new relationship, when people were saying she upgraded, when the comparisons to Taylor and Travis were flying around, Offset was the one saying, "Nah, this ain't it. This dude is trash. Watch what happens." And he was right. That's the part that probably stings the most for Cardi. Offset. The man who betrayed her repeatedly throughout their 7-year marriage. The man who put her through absolute hell. The man she finally had the strength to leave ends up being right about her next relationship. And you know, Offset is loving every second of this. The I Won post wasn't just petty shade. It was a victory. LAP.it was him saying, "I might have been terrible, but at least I wasn't that terrible." Because let's keep it real about Stefan's track record. This man has 6 kids with 5 different women. 4 of those babies were born in 2025 alone. For in 1 year, he's facing a felony strangulation charge. He's got lawsuits for defamation and alleged assault. He's got baby mama drama so complicated it makes Offset's situation look simple by comparison. And yet Cardi chose him. She looked at all those red flags and thought, yeah, this is better than what I had. And that's what makes Offset's laugh so brutal, because he knows he set the bar so low that Cardi thought someone like Stefan Diggs was an upgrade. He knows that the drama he caused her, the insecurity, the broken trust, all of that made her vulnerable to someone who came in saying the right things, even if his actions told a completely different story. Social media absolutely exploded after the Super Bowl. 50 Cent was trolling Stefan, saying, "Imagine waking up and you lost your girl and the Super Bowl." The memes were ruthless. People were posting side-by-sides of Offset and Stefan with captions like, "She really traded one disaster for an even bigger disaster." The jokes were coming from every angle. And through all of it, Offset stayed relatively quiet. He didn't need to say anything else. That I Won post from January said everything that needed to be said. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people online started defending Offset, saying things like, "At least with Offset, she had 7 years and 3 kids. This man Stefan destroyed it in less than 2 years with a 2-month-old baby." Others were saying Offset might have been toxic, but he never humiliated her at the Super Bowl in front of the entire world. The bar was in hell, but somehow Stefan managed to crawl underneath it. And you can tell Offset is loving this because for years, he's been the villain in Cardi's story. He's been the bad guy, the cheater, the one who couldn't get it right. But now there's someone who looks even worse. Now there's someone who crashed even harder. And Offset didn't have to change a single thing about himself to make that happen. There's also this wild dynamic where Offset and Cardi are still co-parenting 3 kids together. So while all this is going down, while the internet is losing it, while Stefan's relationship with Cardi is falling apart, Offset is right there in the background, still being a part of her life because of their children. The pettiness is multi-layered. It's not just about Offset being right. It's about him being right while he's still connected to Cardi's life through their kids. So, where does this leave everyone? Cardi's focusing on her Little Miss Drama tour and her kids, choosing herself and her peace over the chaos. Stefan's dealing with court dates, a collapsing NFL career, and the fallout from losing both the Super Bowl and his relationship in the same night. And Offset. Offset is sitting back co-parenting his 3 kids with Cardi, watching his replacement crash and burn on the biggest stage in American sports and laughing all the way through it. The whole situation is a reminder that sometimes the trash takes itself out. Sometimes you don't have to do anything to prove your point. You just have to wait for the truth to reveal itself. And for Offset, that truth came wrapped in a 29-13 loss, baby mama drama at the Super Bowl, and a relationship that imploded faster than it was built. He won without playing the game, and that's probably the pettiest victory of all. Let me know.